So I am here today with Mayor Mike Leonhardt. He's the mayor of Garden City right now. Also owns Leonhardt Distributing. That is the Pepsi.
Pepsi distributorship for Rich County, Bear Lake County, and Caribou County.
There you have it. So first off, Mike, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Oh, shoot. Well, our business, let me start there. Our business, my dad started back in 1972. We grew up in Montpelier. That's where our business is out of, is stationed in Montpelier. Grew up in Montpelier, went to high school, graduated at Bear Lake High School. Um, then I moved down here in Garden City in 2000. I love it down here in Garden City. Um, got involved when I first moved here. I was actually the Chamber of Commerce president for a few years.
Okay.
Um, then I became the volunteer fire chief for a few years until it got big enough that they went to a full-time fire chief. Uh, from there, I was asked to be on the city council quite a few years ago. I served on that for 10 years. Got off for 6 years and run for mayor, and I've been the mayor for 6.5 years now. So, married. I've got 7 kids, 20, 21, 22 grandkids.
I was going to say, don't get that number wrong. You might offend
I
someone.
probably will, I'm sure. Like, that's just the way it is.
But awesome
I
legacy.
got a big family.
Mhm.
Awesome family.
That's great.
So,
So, I mean, are you going anywhere? Are you going to leave this area at any point, or are you stuck?
I have no plans to leave.
Mhm.
I love Bear Lake. I love Garden City. I have since I moved down here. It's just such a good vibe here. Good people. Crazy a couple of months out of the year, which we need, right?
Yes.
The businesses all need that craziness to survive. But other than that, 9 months out of the year, 10 months out of this is an awesome place. It's just peaceful. It's just nice. So no, I have no plans to go anywhere.
Well, that's good to hear. I think the community kind of likes you around.
Well, that's debatable. That depends on the day.
Well, that's what comes along with being
Yeah,
mayor, right?
like it comes with the title, but
Yes,
that's
it does.
okay. Yeah.
So, what made you want to run for mayor? I mean, you said you were on city council, but what was like? I'm going to take this leap.
I love being a part of the community. I had time. Um, I had time that I felt like that I could put back into the community. I love being on the council. Um, I just had some other things going on that I got off, and I don't know if there's really anything that I really got on to run for mayor when I did. If there's something specific, I don't think there's any one specific thing. I just felt like I had something to offer to the community, which was time. We have a growing community,
Mhm.
um, and I felt like I could be a very hands-on mayor and really get some stuff done. And so that's really why I ran. I was lucky enough to get elected the first time, and even luckier to get elected the next time.
Mhm.
So I just felt like I could offer my time, my vision, things that I thought that we could use here as residents of Garden City. And that's really why I ran.
There you go. So now that I mean you've done it, you obviously chose to do a second time. What's been your favorite thing about being a mayor?
Oh, wow, there's so many things. I think my interaction with people, honestly, good or bad, I get to hear the good of, hey, we appreciate what you're doing. We appreciate the bike trails. We appreciate the parks, the walking trails. And even with some of the people that maybe don't like some of the things that are going on, I appreciate that feedback.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice to have that because you don't hear it a lot
Mm-hmm.
both ways. You really don't get too much but so the interaction I've had with the people, I really enjoyed that. I've enjoyed seeing Heritage Park come to where it is today.
It's a great spot.
It's a great location. And when I was on the council, Mayor Ken Hansen was the mayor at the time, when we bought that piece of property where the pond now sits.
Mm-hmm.
And we envisioned ball diamonds and things for families to go do.
Mm-hmm.
And so to see where we've gone from the pond and Heritage Park, or Raspberry Days, and the stage where we have really good concerts, we have a 4th of July celebration. We added another 9 acres, by the way, which was donated to the city.
Oh,
An
that's
anonymous
awesome.
donor
Hmm.
bought it, give it to the city. Um, and now you see ball diamonds, you see
Hmm.
pickleball courts.
Hmm.
Um, it's just an all-around park. Pavilions. I got a grant that we'll start working on right shortly for a splash pad out at
Awesome.
the park.
Hmm.
It's just an all-around park for everybody to go do stuff. You can take your
Hmm.
kids fishing and play on the swing sets,
Hmm.
or play pickleball, or there's just so much to do out there. That's
Hmm.
probably one of the things I really, when I go by there and see what the city has accomplished in the last, 5, 6 years with that,
Hmm.
I just love that. I just love that we're able to do those things.
Well, it has turned out to be an amazing space. Just watching that grow over the years has been a lot of fun. And
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, like you said, the options that you got there are awesome.
Yeah.
My kids grew up fishing at the pond and love it. So
And the best thing about that park and a lot of our trails is they're not funded by taxpayer dollars here in the community. Everything you see out at Heritage Park, for the most part, all that was paid for by transient room tax.
hmm.
That comes in for people that come in here and want to recreate here. They stay here. It's a bed tax.
Hmm.
Um, they're the ones who are generating those funds for us to utilize.
Hmm.
The bike trails, they're grants that we're going after to get those bike trails.
Hmm.
So there's no cost to the city residents to have these things done.
Hmm.
It's all being generated by other ways to bring in dollars to the city.
And that's awesome. I mean,
Yeah,
we have a really low population in Garden City. So yeah, to tax those members,
yeah,
at that rate would be
yeah,
pretty horrendous. But
yeah.
that's awesome that you've found other
Absolutely.
ways to do
And
it.
again, we have chaos for 2 or 3 months in our community,
Hmm.
but it generates so many good things,
Hmm.
and it generates some bad things too. Right? I wouldn't say bad, but challenges that we have to meet.
Hmm.
But overall, it creates opportunity
Hmm.
for us to do good things for the community.
That's awesome. Well,
So,
like I said, we love to see the growth. It's turned out amazing. So yeah, you've been a great mayor, and like you said, there's pros and cons to it, and people love you or hate you. I understand the public service aspect. It's a fun
yes, you
one.
do. I remember.
It's yeah, regardless of that. So I mean, your family business there. How I mean, your father started it. When did he start it?
So he started it, and we actually started in the milk business, cream Weaver milk back in the
Oh,
day. Back in '72, we moved from Providence. That's where my parents grew up, was in Providence.
okay.
And the opportunity come up or to come over and have a distribution area
Mm-hmm.
for milk. And then Pepsi came to him and said, "Hey, you interested in doing this too?"
Mm-hmm.
And so we took that on. Um, my folks are still around, and not in the business, but they're still around. And it's cool that my dad can see where he started to where it's at today.
Mm-hmm.
I've got 2 sisters that are part owners in the business.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a son that's in the business, and plus all the other awesome employees that I call family,
Mm-hmm.
in our business. Yeah, we've been truly fortunate to have what we have in the business we have. But don't get me wrong, family businesses are hard, just the way it is.
It's life.
And any business is hard.
Yeah.
We have the same struggles with employees and all the other
Mm-hmm.
things that go with it, and you just battle through it, and
Understandable.
you know.
So, if you ever decide to give up being in the public service aspect, mayor, county commissioner, I understand you just ran for that. Do you, I mean, how long do you think you'll continue working, or do you want to be done and retire and just stay and play?
That's I love working. I
Yeah.
love what I do. I've been doing the Pepsi stuff for 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
I still love it to this day.
Mm-hmm.
I get tired a lot faster than what I did back in the day.
Don't we
Don't get me
all?
wrong. But I still love every aspect
Mm-hmm.
of it. I love to work. I don't know. I mean, everybody always dreams of that retirement,
Mm-hmm.
to do nothing. I don't know if I can just retire and do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you kind of know some of my hobbies, and maybe we'll
Mm-hmm.
talk about
Mm-hmm.
those, but um, I truly do love to work.
Yeah.
I just do.
Understandable.
And as far as public office, I don't know. I, I have a year and a half left on this term.
Mm-hmm.
I, I I'm not even leaning one way or the other whether I'll run again. I don't know.
Got
I'm
to
one
make
of
that
those
decision.
believers as well that I like to see other people get involved,
Mm-hmm.
because at my age and others that are serving on councils and mayors and
Mm-hmm.
across the state, or um, we're getting old, and
It happens
and
to all
it's
of
good to
us.
have the new blood come in and start to take on that responsibility
Mm-hmm.
and be a part of the community and a part of those decisions that need to be made as you continue to grow.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we need other people to step in, and I've encouraged younger people to step in and serve on councils or planning and zoning boards
Mm-hmm.
to understand the process. I think that's one where people lack, is how the process actually works
Mm-hmm.
in any type of government.
I
They
agree.
just don't, especially city government, because I've been a part of that. But the process of how that
Mm-hmm.
actually works, it always looks different over here on this side of the table than this side of the table until you get on this side of the table and go, oh, I understand now.
Yeah.
I didn't get it back then,
Mm-hmm.
but I understand now why these decisions were made.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, that is a hard one to overcome as a just a regular citizen, and then stepping into it. It
Yeah,
is a huge eye opener to step into that public
it is.
service role
Yeah,
and
yeah. But
yeah, learn
people,
those challenges.
yeah, people need to. But I encourage people to get out and just get educated and learn
Yeah.
how that works. Even if you don't want to run for office, eh, it's not for everybody,
Mm-hmm.
right? I mean, because it is very time consuming. Um, I'm, and I chose this, right? This is why I did this. But I'm 40 plus hours a week
Mm-hmm.
doing the mayor stuff.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
But I could choose not to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I could choose to go in 2 days a week or whatever the case may be. But I said in the very beginning, why I'm in that office, I will be very hands-on and I will know everything that goes on in that city while I'm there.
Mm-hmm.
So that means that the buck stops here.
Mm-hmm.
I better know what's going on. So,
I understand.
uh, so it's not for everybody to go do.
Yeah.
You've got to have the time to spend to do it. It's not a
Oh,
1 day a week
definitely.
job, a 2 day a week job. It truly is every day of making sure things get done and taken
Yeah.
care of.
And not to mention your phone's probably ringing all day long, every day,
All the
all
time.
night,
All the time. And,
all
and it's okay. And not only that, Facebook and, you know,
everything else. Yes.
you know, I love people. They love Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
It's a chance for them to air things out.
Mm-hmm.
The unfortunate part about Facebook is there's a lot of misconceptions,
Oh yeah.
and then those misconceptions lead to other people commenting to those
Mm-hmm.
misconceptions, and
Mm-hmm.
they really don't understand um, the process.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's a fun
So
one.
it's
So I asked
that's
about
okay.
retirement, and you
Yeah,
mentioned hobbies,
yeah.
and exactly. I mean, yeah, we've kind of talked about a little bit of your hobbies, but I don't imagine you, if you ever retire, stopping and not doing anything. I
Yeah.
could. So with that, like, if you were retired and had all day every day, like, what would be your perfect day in the Bear Lake Valley, or perfect week? How would you
Oh,
structure that?
yeah, that's a
No obligations, just to do whatever you wanted around here.
whew, that's a great question. I don't know if I could answer that. I think just to sit back, still be a part of a community in some way,
Hmm.
but just enjoy being home.
Really?
Yeah, just enjoy being
So for
being.
about 2 days, and
Well, yeah,
then
maybe it's just not, maybe not home, but just enjoy not having the
yeah.
responsibilities that when you wake up at 4 or 5 in the morning and your brain doesn't shut off because
Hmm.
of the night before of something on Facebook or a phone call or
Hmm.
whatever the case may be. To wake up knowing I really don't have anything on my. You know what? I think I'm gonna jump on my Harley and I'm gonna go for a ride. Or I'm going to get in my Jeep and I'm going to go to the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have to worry about my phone ringing,
Mm-hmm.
a text message, or, that's probably the days that I look forward to.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean I want to get out of being a part of the community,
Mm-hmm.
just that weight off your shoulders.
Understandable. So, I mean, you talked about the Jeep. What's your favorite trail around here? What's your go-to that you could hit all the time?
Um, hmm. I really like, if I go just get in my Jeep right now and go for if I had a half a day, is go down to Fish Haven, up Fish Haven Canyon, go all the way around to Beaver Mountain, and come back
Mm-hmm.
out on the highway. There's just so many other roads that you can take off on and just
Oh yeah.
get away
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, that's a really nice trail.
It is.
But
That's
there's so
one of our
many here.
favorites.
Like, I mean, even just up here at Garden City Canyon or the Sinks Road, go
Mm-hmm.
all the way to Hardware Ranch.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just spend the day, take your lunch, get up there,
Mm-hmm.
spend the day having a good time. And
Yeah. So on your Harley, what route? I mean, a day trip away from Bear Lake. What route are you going to take? And I know you're doing a big ride this weekend.
a day trip somewhere cool, or than going over the canyon in hotter weather this time of
Mm-hmm.
year. Um, Somewhere north. I think a day ride to Jackson Hole, Wyoming, or Alpine,
Mm-hmm.
or something like that is always a fun. Because you're in the
Mm-hmm.
mountains,
Yeah.
you go this way, and there's roads and roads and people and when I go on my bike, I like to get away from a lot of that
Understandable.
traffic,
Mm-hmm.
and just kind of be in that serenity. But any day on a Harley is a good day.
I can understand that one.
Or an Indian,
It's
or
all
a
good.
bike.
We
Any
don't need to get
day
into that
on a
discussion.
motorcycle is a good day.
Makes sense. Makes
Yeah.
sense. So, I mean, we're obviously known for the raspberry shakes. What's your favorite shake, and where do you get it here in the area?
I love all raspberry shakes. I really do. I don't really have one specific location
Mm-hmm.
that I go. I think they're all good. I like hard ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
So we have some places here in town that have hard ice cream,
Mm-hmm.
but I just like them all. I don't.
Do you have a flavor that you pick before raspberry? I mean, what's
I-
your go-to shake?
Raspberry banana.
Raspberry banana?
Yeah,
There you go.
that's my go-to.
Very nice.
Yeah, I like that little bit of banana in there.
Yeah. So you've done some scuba diving, I don't know the correct term there,
Yeah.
over the years and all that, and helped with search and rescue. In all of that time in the bottom of the lake, have you seen the Bear Lake monster?
I think I've seen a few glimpses,
Yeah.
but you have to understand the bottom of Bear Lake is pitch black. I've been down to 105 feet. Yeah, 103, 105. On the east side of the lake at
Mhm.
Cisco. There's 4 thermoclines in Bear Lake, at least to 105. Thermoclines means it changes temperature colder as you go down.
Uh-huh.
Bear Lake at 100 and let's just say 105 feet is about 38 degrees year round.
Ooh.
Because the sunlight doesn't penetrate
Yeah.
down through
Mhm.
it because of all the sediments coming up.
Uh-huh.
The lake looks crystal blue, clear from the surface.
Mm-hmm.
But when you drop about, depends on where you're at.
Mhm.
But over right here, like even down in the marina at
Mhm.
12, 15 feet, as soon as that bottom starts to get a little bit turned up a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
it's zero visibility.
Oh.
Zero. So the person that went down with me down on Cisco, we got down to about 80 feet and we could not see each other.
Wow.
So we just grabbed a hold of each other. We continued to go down because we didn't know when we were going to hit.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, we didn't. And we got down to about 100, a little over
Mhm.
100 feet, and it was pitch black. You could
Mhm.
see your hand in front of your face. You take your light out and shine it, and it would just bounce back because
Oh, wow.
there's so much. There's so much current in Bear Lake
Uh-huh.
coming into Bear Lake that it stirs up the bottom. And that's
Hmm.
why the fish love it down there because
Hmm.
it's cold and it's dark. That's why
Hmm.
you see your big lake fish down in the bottom because
Hmm.
it's just that cold and dark. So I thought I seen a glimpse,
Hmm.
of the mermaid
Obviously not
monster,
that deep because you didn't see anything.
at 105 feet, but
Who knows?
I still think it's there somewhere.
Just staying away.
Yeah,
Hmm. Well, thanks for your time today. Thanks for
sure.
answering all of our questions. And
Absolutely.
yeah,
Thanks for having me.
well, of course, we appreciate all your hard work and what you do for the Valley.
I appreciate that.